Today's success story is about a 751 waiver case, and it is probably one of the weakest 751 waiver cases that we did all last year. I'm not gonna say it's the weakest ever in the firm. We have some really, really weak ones. But when I saw this case, I'm like, how did this case get approved? The applicant and 3 children, so 4 people, entered B1, B2 visa in 2019, overstayed, got married to a US citizen, applied for a green card, got 4 temporary green cards, mother and the 3 kids, 2019. We were the ones who initially got retained after they came in, and then we filed the first adjustment of status. So, okay, we filed it, they all got temporary green card. A year and a half, 2 years passes by, the US citizen abandons the entire family. They cannot reach him, he just completely abandons, ghosts all of them. So now we have to file for a 751 waiver and we have to do the divorce. So that's a really tricky case. The marriage was short. They just met, they just got married, they just got the green card, and he ghosts them. The client came from a country that has high fraud. I'm not going to say the name of the country, but they came from a country with high fraud. So USCIS is always super suspicious on these type of cases. Joint documents to prove the marriage is real. They had like a few, like less than $1,000 or maybe just $1,000 in their joint bank account. There's not a lot of commingled assets. There's no house, there's no car, there's just not much. They got married, the guy ghosts them. There wasn't a lot of affidavit of support. There wasn't a lot of friends and family to support them. It just looked extremely weak. Over 20-year age gap between the wife and the older gentleman. It's a really difficult case. But we did the first green card. Now it's 751. We cannot abandon them now. So we filed it. We did our best. We wrote the attorney brief. We wrote the affidavit. We prepared as many documents as we can possibly muster. We filed it. Yet the interview was waived. It's nearly impossible for a 751 waiver application to have their interview waived. This interview was waived. We got 1 request for evidence. We submitted the documents explaining the divorce, and the case was approved. The only explanation that I have that why an officer who was doing their job reviewed this case and proved it was because of the soft sympathetic factors. If you just purely looked at what the requirements are for this 751 waiver, for their marriage, for the joint documents, they fail every single test. US citizen abandoned wife. Maybe that officer was just recently ghosted when they were dating. Maybe they know how it feels. They were a low income family. They were extremely struggling. In this administration, public charge is a big issue. The case got approved even though their income was so small. The third thing, single mother with 3 kids, all teenagers, all been in the US for years now. If this case gets denied, it's 4 denials. If it's approved, it's 4 green cards, but they already have a green card. Looking through the children's documentation, looking at their potential in the US, looking at everything, good kids. Maybe the officer had sympathy for the kids. By this point, the kids already undergone 2 divorces. Original parents from the home country, now second dad, now in the US. The trauma that these kids are facing, the mother is facing, maybe the officer had sympathy there. And that's my best guess. We a lot of times when a case succeeds, we don't know why. If it fails, we get a denial notice and we can see exactly. But in the face of the impossible, all we can do is do our best. And sometimes miracles like this happen. Margaret's team, again, worked on these crazy marriage-based cases, 751 waiver cases. She's done the most at this firm, hands down. And she's very, very successful with her team. I don't know how she does it. The formatting looks great. And she actually joked, it's the formatting, like it just looks good. Maybe that's it, But I can't tell you what legal argument we used. There was no legal arguments. It was just sympathy. It was just emotions. It was just, they are good people. Please approve it. And if there's anything, there are good officers that work at USCIS. And this case proves it. This is a good family. I see their work. I see the taxes they pay. I think they're honest, good, hardworking people. Ghosted by a US citizen, they couldn't help it, right? And so they tried their best and tried to make it work. And now they're contributing to the U.S. economy. And I wish them the absolute best, and I wish you the absolute best if you are going through this process yourself. Thank you for watching. This is Success Story for today. If you have any questions about 751 waivers, feel free to book a consultation, ask for Margaret. Take care. Bye-bye.